Hi everyone, welcome back to our brand new series all about Canadian taxes. Now we are in the session 7 to talk about the demo of a tax calculation for project transactions. So if you have missed the previous episodes on the purchasing side, sales side, all the requirements and configurations, please check out through the links I put in the description box. I'm sure you will find some value there. Alright, so for today's episode, I want to show you how tax is calculated and how tax value is defaulted for project transactions. So to start with, again, I'm going to show you this flowchart created for project side, similar to purchasing and sales. If you need, you can pause and have a review there. And if you want to have this document for you, please comment down below. I will DM you with a free version. Alright, so let's have a look at this. On the above section, very similar, we're talking about item sales tax groups. So in this scenario, instead of having an item sales tax group assigned on the actual item level, in the project module, the specificity is we're using project category. So what the system is going to check is, okay, do I have item sales tax group value assigned on that specific category I selected on the transaction? If yes, then that value is going to be applied with the tax code, right? If not, then the system will leave it blank, so user has to manually select a value for the tax to be calculated. So this is on the item sales tax group side. Now let's move on to this below section regarding sales tax group. So as you know, for vendor, customer, those are straightforward. But for projects, we do have different layers. So let's say the top layer where information will flow into is on your project contract. So that respects your business flow, meaning that you will win a contract. And then on that contract, you will have a sales tax group value inherited from your customer master data. And then the system will check if you have that value available. If yes, then it's going to apply that value. If not, it's going to check what's the sales tax group value on your master data. And then once you define a sales tax group on that contract, and from business perspective, you're going to create a parent project, meaning that now we won the contract, we can start doing project work, right? So in case you have different layers of project using the parent project and the sub-project structure, then the next level is going to be your parent project, where the system is also going to check, okay, do I have a sales tax group available from the contract? If yes, then that value from the contract is going to be auto-populated on your parent project. If not, then it's going to leave that blank, right? Okay, so finally, let's say you now have a sales tax group value assigned on parent project, then all the sub-projects can inherit the parent project's sales tax code. But of course, you have the possibility to override on sub-project if you do have different regions, or depending on the project structure, if you need to have different group, you can override. But by default, the system is going to ask you, do you want to apply this sales tax group from parent level to all your sub-projects, right? And based on that, you will find out your final sales tax group code, which will be combined and compared with your item sales tax group value to find out that common rates to be used for tax calculation on all the transactions, right? So this is really a high-level review. There are some tips and tricks here and there, especially on the project expense transactions. I have another video. I'm going to put the link there. You will also see with more details and breakdown where those tags can be configured. Okay, now having said that, let's get into the system, have a quick look at. It's very straightforward. So in this screen, I'm opening up a project contract. So the path is project management accounting, projects, and then project contracts. So on this specific contract, you can see I have a customer, and actually that sales tax group value GST is coming from the default sales tax group value assigned on the customer master data. So with that, my contract has a tax group covered, right? So from there, once I won the contract, I will start doing project work. So that's going to be under projects. So I open up this projects as an example. What you're seeing is we have the setup section where you also have the sales tax group value showed up as GST. So this value is also coming from your project contract. So this auto population, I did not assign any value, right? And under this parent project, I actually have a few sub-projects. So you can see subcontractor, different testing there. So for each sub-project, you're going to have the same sales tax group defaulted from the parent project, GST, if you want it that way, right? In case, let's say for my second testing, I want the sales tax group to be Ontario, then I can just change this tax group value here and save it. So that means all the future transactions under this sub-project is going to carry that Ontario HST sales tax group value. And depending on the transaction type, right, our expense item fee, so this sales tax group is mainly handling that revenue portion. And for project expense transactions, you may also have taxes being calculated and posted on the cost side. So that's a whole different story with tax default options. Again, please check out my other video giving you more detailed review and all the details you need to figure out the difference. All right, so from there, let's say if you have some hour transactions and item transactions, when you finally generate that project invoice proposal, you will be able to see the posted sales tax breakdown based on this sales tax group applied on the revenue side. So now we have covered the sales tax group, and for the item sales tax group, as I mentioned, for project, the specificity is we are using the project categories, right? So if I open up a category, let's just use this airfare example. So what you can see is under this category, you have item sales tax group, right? You can define a value here. So we're using this all V2. So on all the project transactions, when I select this airfare as a category, then this item sales tax group value will be defaulted. All right, so that's basically how you calculate the project transactions with tax portion, right? So again, feel free to like, comment, and share your thoughts about some different scenarios I may not cover in this case, and happy to further discuss and find the best design possible. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.